What's good, everybody? It's your boy 5 Wars Deep. Welcome back to the channel. In week 1, we took down the San Francisco 49ers on the road 17-14, kicked a last-second field goal to bring that one home. And in week 2, we've got the home opener against the St. Louis Rams. That's a pretty good team right there. If you want to look at the standings, the Buccaneers, Falcons, Saints all 1-0. The Panthers fell to 0-1, even though it's not a divisional race yet. I'm sure it will turn into one in just a few weeks, really. But we've got week 2 at home. It's the home opener in the Georgia Dome. Rest in peace, Georgia Dome. Falcons hosting the St. Louis Rams. Now, this team has a squad now. Isaac Bruce, Marshall Faulk, Mark Bolger, Torrey Holt. They can play. These boys can play. But the Falcons start the game with the football, 1st and 10. Vic looking, throws, and he's not even looking for the ball. Brian Finneran is not even looking for the ball. Here's a look at the injury report. Jason Webster is sick. However, he will play in this game. Keith Brooking out for 2 more weeks with a broken foot. Brian Scott out for 7 more weeks with a broken arm. 2nd and 10 following the incomplete pass. Look at the play clock. 3, 2, 1, and I'm forced to call timeout. I don't know what this offense is doing. Already it's off to a negative start. So following the timeout, we toss it to Dunn, and Dunn gets a couple of yards, but it is now 3rd and long. And on 3rd and 8, Vic takes a snap. He'll look on a long drop back throw to Peerless Price, but he was in traffic. Dude was double covered. Not a smart throw there. Ball goes over to the Rams, and that's not a good start for the Falcons. First play for the Rams from scrimmage. Bolger throws, intercepted by Corey Hall, and he would take it straight out of bounds. My controller malfunctioned on me, I'm pretty sure, because I would never just do that. You know what I'm saying? I would never do that. But the Falcons have it back. Vic decides to scramble. I'm going to scramble more with Vic. I didn't do that enough against the Niners. I'm so used to playing with Matt Ryan and him being well, not really necessarily a statue, but he's not a scrambler, right? The guy's not a scrambler. So I'm trying to get used to playing with Vic again. There I try to run the bootleg, and I lose 7 yards. It's 2nd and 17. This time I run the bootleg, but I'll pass it to a wide open Algie Crumpler who takes it inside the 15. And that's a huge first down for the Atlanta Falcons. Now it's 1st and 10. Toss that thing to Duckett. Duckett putting his shoulder down, rolling a man over. Now it is 2nd and 4. And we give this thing to Duckett again. This time it's an inside handoff. He takes it inside the 5. And it's 1st and goal for Atlanta. On 1st and goal, we decide to give the ball to Warrick Dunn this time on the toss. And Warrick Dunn will take it in. Touchdown, Falcons. And in this franchise, we are bringing the Dirty Bird back. We hit the Dirty Bird when we score touchdowns, baby. Falcons lead 7-0 in the first quarter. Rams now with the ball. Marshall Faulk on 1st and 10, only a gain of 2 to bring up a 2nd and 8. And on 2nd and 8, well, this is a big game. Torrey Holt, one-on-one coverage. He wins it, and he is taking off in the Falcons territory, brings it all the way inside the Falcons 20 to the 19. That's a big gain there for the Rams. We can't allow that to happen, but we end up doing that anyway. Mark Bolger, he decides to scramble. He thinks he Mike Vick. Gets a gain of 4 to end the first quarter, and the Falcons take a 7-0 lead into the second. However, the Rams are driving. This is a 3rd and 6. Bolger looking, and that is incomplete, and the Rams would have to settle for 3. However, the snap spot kick, no good. It hits the post, and no points for the Rams on their second drive of the ball game. So the Falcons get it back at the spot of the hold. Vic looks, and he almost gives them the ball right back. I'm not really sure what Vic is doing, but I guess he loves throwing in traffic. Vic, now under duress, dumps it over to Dunn, but he's behind the line of scrimmage. That brings up a 3rd and 14. And on 3rd and 14, Vic had no chance. Vic had no chance there. I'm not even sure what the O-line was doing, but Rams get home, and they get the ball back after the punt at the Falcons 40. Man in motion for the Rams. Bolger giving this thing off to Marshall Faulk. That's another short game for Faulk, but it is a positive game. And this is where the Rams start going no huddle. For some odd reason, the Rams just go no huddle. And it's not even a hurry-up situation. There are over 3 minutes to go in the half, yet they go no huddle. You saw Torrey Holt get a first down there. This time they're going to run this thing to Marshall Faulk again, and they're going to stay in a hurry-up. They stay in the hurry-up. Bolger under center. I started moving my linebackers around. I'm trying to understand what they're doing on offense, and that pass is almost picked off. And that brings up 3rd and 11, and they don't huddle. They still don't huddle. That's why I'm so confused as to what exactly was going on, because there's over 3 minutes to go. You're not huddling. You're going in a hurry up, and then here they complete a pass, but no yards gained. No yards gained, and they have to settle for 3. And this time the 34-yard field goal is up, and it is true. And it is 7-3 Atlanta with 2:40 to go in the first half. So the Falcons now with a chance to extend that lead before halftime. They go to TJ Duckett, and Duckett gets a gain of 5 to bring up a 2nd and 5. 2:10 to go in the half. Vic out of the pocket decides to keep it, and he will scramble and get a first down, and that would lead us to the 2-minute warning. Following the 2-minute warning, Vic out of the pocket, looking, decides to scramble again. Vic, 45, 50, brought down at the Rams' 49-yard line, and Atlanta is on the move with less than 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Now less than 90 seconds to go in the quarter. Vic up top, Peerless Price has it, but then he loses it, and that brings up a 2nd and 10, which led to a 3rd and 10. Vic looking, throws to his left. It's Brian Finneran inside the 30, and that's a big first down for the Falcons, moving those chains. This time, Vic out of the pocket. There's Peerless Price inside the 5-yard line, and Atlanta has a 1st and goal from inside the 2. TJ Duckett ain't going to be stopped. You cannot stop TJ Duckett. Falcons score, and we hitting that dirty bird going into halftime. Falcons lead it 14-3 at the break. And since it is halftime, I'd like to announce that once again, we will air SportsCenter with Chris Berman in its entirety after today's highlights. See all the Week 2 action from around the NFL, injury updates, and Berman's primetime players. All of that after the Rams and the Falcons. All right, let's get to the second half. Rams start the second half with the ball. It's Marshall Faulk, but he loses a yard. Next play, Mark Bolger stepping back, looking to his right, and it's Isaac Bruce. Welcome to the game, Isaac Bruce. Big first down near midfield for the Rams. And then check this out. The aerial attack is on and popping. Now to the left side, it's Torrey Holt, first down, all the way into the red zone. How does this happen? Now, we're going to go ahead and see Webster get some redemption right there, because he got tried and failed on that last play, but this time he gets a stop. 3rd and 10. Well, this time it's D'Angelo Hall failing because he just stood there and watched Isaac Bruce get that catch. How do you watch Isaac Bruce step in front of you and make that catch? And then Webster stands there and watches the tight end get a touchdown on a screen pass. What are we doing? It is now 14-10. We go to Duckett. He gets me a gain of 6, and I'm cool with a gain of 6, so I give it to Duckett again, and this time he gets a first down. Falcons on the move, drives off to a good start, and then it turns immediately sour. Toss to Dunn. Yeah, he ain't got nowhere to go. He loses 2 yards, and then Michael Vick shows me that he can't throw over linebackers. Oh! Vick can't throw over linebackers, apparently. There was a man 6-7 yards beyond the linebacker. You would think Michael Vick would be able to throw over him, but I guess not. Rams get the ball back. Marshall Faulk, gain of 2 to bring up a 2nd and 8, which led to a 3rd and 8. So 2 plays later on 3rd and 8, it's Bolger stepping back, throwing, and finding his man. That's a tight window. Tight window, but he completed it to Isaac Bruce to bring up a first down. Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. It's Bolger to Bruce again inside the 10-yard line. He was right up the seam. Easy pitch and catch right there. 2nd and goal. Marshall Faulk, one-handed catch, but he gets blasted. Didn't even gain a yard there. Impressive catch, but you ain't even do nothing with it. 3rd and goal. Bolger, wide open, Isaac Bruce, touchdown, and the Rams lead. Rams take their first lead of the game, and the Falcons are trailing to start the fourth quarter. Here's Michael Vick. Long drop back. He's under duress, and he can't get away from the defender. He is sacked. A loss of 12, so we decided to get some cheap yardage back with the spread sneak. It is now 3rd and 15, so on 3rd and 15, Vick dropping back, looking to his left, finds Brian Finneran, and that brought up a 4th and 4, and you know what? I decided to go for it, but I want y'all to watch what happened. Vick rolling out of the pocket to his right, decides to take off, and throws the ball behind him. Why would you do that? Why would the game do that to me? Here's my logic. So Vick, you know how in 2K5 you got to tap X to, get the speed boost? Well, Vick's across the line of scrimmage, so I should be able to tap X and get the speed boost, right? So why would Vick throw the X? Why would the game think I'm trying to throw the X? That makes no sense. Turnover on downs, and now my defense is desperate for a stop. That's a catch there by Isaac Bruce to bring up a 2nd and 8. And then on 2nd and 8, should have been a sack, should have been an interception. So we had a chance to get the ball back right there, and we fail. 3rd and 8, again, got to get a stop. Going over to Marshall Faulk on the swing pass. He gets a first down, and he's going to start mocking us. Look at him. He's shimmying on us. My defense needs a stop right here. Bolger for the dagger. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Bolger for the dagger again. Too far for his man. Now on 3rd and 10. Defense got to get a stop. They decide to run the ball with Falk. We get the stop, and we call timeout with 2:52 to go. The Rams settle for 3, and once again, the kicker is true. So the Rams now lead it by 6. I need a touchdown. 2:45 to go. Does Vic have another game-winning drive in him? Going up top and incomplete, trying to go to Peerless Price. Actually, that was Michael Jenkins, I beg your pardon. Vic is sacked on 2nd down, and that brings up a 3rd and very long. I'm not happy about that at all, but biggest play of the game. Peerless Price with a huge catch to take us into the 2-minute warning with a fresh set of downs. After the 2-minute warning, it's Brian Finneran up the seam, and he brings it inside Rams territory. 1st and 10 from the Rams' 44-yard line. Vic deciding to scramble. 40, 35, 1st down into Rams territory even further. We call timeout. 1:29 to go. It's Dez White wide open, beating his man. Touchdown Falcons with 1:23 to go. And yeah, we gonna hit that dirty bird because all we need is an extra point to take the lead. We going crazy in the Georgia Dome right now. Boy, I wish the Georgia Dome was still here. Jay Feely is up and good. That's the only time I'm really gonna show PATs because it was pretty important. Defense got to put on for the city right here. Got to get a stop. Incomplete to Bruce there on the flat route. 2nd and 10. Bolger looking, trying Bruce again. Incomplete. He made the catch, but he was out of bounds. Now it is 3rd and 10. Can the defense hang on? They've been giving up some 3rd downs. Going up top, and D'Angelo Hall shows that, you know what, I did make the mistake in the first half, but I ain't going to do it no more. I ain't going to do it no more. Bolger on 4th down. It's incomplete, and the Falcons get the ball back, and they'd be able to run the clock out, and Atlanta is 2-0. 21-20 is your final score from the Georgia Dome. Atlanta holds on, and Michael Vick has 2 game-winning drives to start the season. Don't tell me that man not clutch. Don't tell me that man not clutch. Now, they outgained us through the air, and we're going to look at them stats a little bit later, but we did outgain them as a total offense, 253 to 246, and we held the ball for 12-11. So I was cool with all that. Taking a look at the player stats, Mark Bolger was 13 of 30 for 238 yards. Michael Vick, 8 of 15, 457 yards. Bolger, 2 touchdowns, while Michael Vick had 1 touchdown. Both quarterbacks threw an interception. Vick led all rushers with 59 yards on 10 carries, averaging obviously 5.9 yards per carry. And then TJ Duckett, 8 carries, 36 yards. He also had a touchdown. And receiving wise, we just can't do this. Isaac Bruce, 7 catches, 118 yards. Torrey Holt, 3 catches, 106 yards. We can't allow this as a defense. We are supposed to be an elite defense. We've got to be at least a top 15 passing defense. And performances like that are not going to cut it. They're not going to cut it. Getting beat one-on-one coverage, it's not going to do it. Meanwhile, our best receiver, Brian Finneran, 3 catches, 59 yards. So, you know, we're not going to be an air raid team, but that's okay with me. We won the game anyway. Coming up in week 3, we're taking on the Arizona Cardinals at home. Hopefully we come away with a win in that one and start the season 3-0. It's your boy 5 Wars Deke. One Love SportsCenter is next.
This is SportsCenter.
Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Vikings come away with a 7-point win. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Tony Gonzalez won't see action for a while, so this offense is going to have to make do without him. A broken elbow is the culprit. He's out for 6 weeks. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Dexter Jackson might be the biggest loss on this list. Doctors at the hospital reported finding a broken vertebra in his back, and needless to say, he'll be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. On to the serious news of the week. Cameron Spikes is officially on injured reserve. He'll miss the season, and of all the places you hate to lose established players, the offensive line has to be the worst. Now the big story of the day. Rod Woodson will be on the sidelines for a while, and that is not good news for his club. So that'll do it for now. Boomer, back to you.
Chad Johnson had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Priest Holmes ate up over 100 yards on the ground and helped his Chiefs beat the Panthers. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Titans pick up win number 2. Up in the Motor City, Detroit, we had the Lions edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. Patriots, Cardinals. Tom Brady in the red zone at the 14. He calls the signals and buys time with a quick rollout. Now on the move again, kind of flings it. Oh, man, got the 2 feet in, touchdown. The Patriots go on to win this by the final score of 17-13. Down in Texas Stadium, we had the Cowboys end up on the short end of an 18-point shtick. The Ravens defense came away with 4 turnovers in their win at M&T Stadium. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
We'll shift gears now just a little and have a look at a few trades that should certainly be of interest. Aaron Smith leaves the Steelers and is on the move to the 49ers. And it's clear this was an area of their football team that needed somebody. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Andre Carter ought to be a welcome addition to this pass rush as they stockpile some bodies along the defensive line.
The Buccaneers lost at home and will have to hit the road to meet the Raiders. Jamar Taylor had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Rams, Falcons. Corey Dillon would certainly like to help his team get into the end zone. And he's set 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now looks to bounce outside, does so, gets a block, touchdown, 10 yards. The Falcons win this one by the final score of 21-20. Kevin Barlow rushed for 2 touchdowns and helped his 49ers beat the Saints. Down in the fun and sun of Jacksonville, we had the Jaguars lose by a narrow 5-point margin. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Packers pick up win number 2. Down in Qualcomm Stadium, we had the Chargers get squeezed out by 4 points. And last but not least, we had the Bills come away victorious. So, 2 weeks into the books here on ESPN, here's my prime-time performers for week number 2, and each is going to get a game ball. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.